Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Modern Minecraft. Today, we're beginning a brand new adventure, and it's not Enigmatica 6 Expert, it is Tacopolis. While we break some trees here for the beginning, I basically want to explain what happened in my brain and why we're not doing Enigmatica 6. Probably half of the day yesterday, I played Enigmatica, and I didn't feel like I was excited to play it. And I wasn't having fun, really. And then I was like, I'm gonna try something else. So I tried this, and I played pretty much through the first tier here of the quests. Like basically all the way over this first getting started chapter I played through. And I had a lot of fun. So we're gonna do it together. Techopolis can be played in a regular old world, but we are gonna play the Skyblock version. So we have to go through here and get the Skyblock mode thingy, so we can then right click it and Skyblock mode enabled. And I need to now close and reopen my world to apply the changes. The first quest line is the basics, which punch a tree, get wood, get some planks, make a crafting table, and then we're gonna make some patterns and all of the Tinker's things. So some patterns, and then we need a crafting station like that, powered builder, and Tinker Station. We can then make ourselves a wooden pickaxe head, binding, and a tool handle, which we can turn into a wooden pickaxe. And then conveniently, we have a cobblestone generator. So we can just sit here and get a tiny bit of cobble to get us started. And immediately, we're gonna upgrade our pickaxe to a stone pickaxe with both the binding and the head, like that. And like that. We are also gonna make ourselves a stone mattock and also a stone comma. With a regular stone wand, we can start expanding the platform, and I'm just gonna go with full blocks because trees are super easy to farm, so that should be super easy to do. With the comma, we can harvest the leaves directly, and then there's a simple crafting recipe of leaves like that to make dirt, so we can make possibly a 3x3 of dirt and grow a bunch more trees. We also start off with a pulverizer and a redstone furnace that are powered by some solar panels that are up top over there. And we can use this to get a little bit of charcoal, so we can get at least a few torches here so we can easily see during the night. The last thing that we need to do in the quest book is to get some leafy string, and I'll get 12 or 13 apparently. Put it in my inventory so it detects, and then we can make ourselves a bed so we can sleep through the night. And if we claim this, this should be this quest line completed, except for the part chest and the tinker chest, of course. The tinker's chest and part chest. We're gonna make ourselves a sorting chest, not because we need it, but because there is a quest for it here in basic storage. We also have storage drawers in this pack and backpacks, but we're gonna get to that once we need it. And as far as the mining quest line is concerned, we have made the stone pickaxe head and we got some cobblestone or stone, and we can now make a furnace like that. We're not really gonna use the furnace here because we have the redstone furnace over there, which is way better and free. We don't really need to make fuel for it, so that's not really gonna be a thing. We can also make a jumbo furnace, which is a 3x3x3 block of 27 furnaces, and that will create the jumbo furnace. We're gonna get to that once we get a little bit of a better cobblestone generation. And speaking of cobblestone generation, we need a way to move the lava and the water, and we can get that with clay buckets. And to get clay buckets, you then put in some dirt in the pulverizer, and that will grind down into some clay. So if we make a bunch more here, we can toss it in here, and we should eventually get some clay. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be farming some tall trees because they give the most saplings and the most leaves, and also the most apples, which is currently the only food that we can get. Now this is a big tree, and it gets us more wood and more of the saplings and the apples, which is wonderful. Now that we have a bit of clay, we're gonna turn it into a clay block to complete the quest, and then we're gonna make some of these. I think 10 should be a good number because there is a bunch of lava up top over there that I want to save. So we're going to cook those and then make a better cobble gen. Up here, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of lava and a whole bunch of water. And firstly, I'm going to save 2 buckets of water, and we're going to make an infinite water source somewhere down here, like that. And then up top, we can pretty much block this off and just get rid of it. And we can then pick up the lava. Because these ceramic buckets break once you place the lava, we need to be careful of how we're going to use this lava. Or if we can possibly get a tank, we can put it in a tank. But I assume eventually we're going to be able to generate a bunch of lava anyway, so it should be fine. Instead of making just a simple cobble gen, we're going to make a 7 stone generator, basically. Which, if I break it with a pickaxe, it's going to generate cobblestone. And if we wait for it to fully form, we should be able to do this. And then the wooden hopper should collect it right there, and we can click here, and it's going to slowly pour 7 cobblestone into the barrel. We can even sit here and collect everything that the hopper can't collect, and if the cobblestone flies in a weird direction, and we can do this, and mine all day, and get cobblestone super quickly. And this is the market that we are going to be using to trade for a lot of the things that we can't find here in a skyblock. And you can see eventually the Tacopolis trader will drop down. And here we can buy all sorts of different things. And the cool thing, you can buy, for example, like potatoes. For the beginning, potatoes are going to be great. So we're just going to buy 1. And sadly, I tested it in the other world that I had. We can't grow them with me right clicking or sneaking, I should say, to grow it super quickly, but eventually it should grow and get us a bunch of food. No apple pie. The next step is to get a bunch of sand, which we can get from the pulverizer by making cobble turn into gravel and then gravel into sand, and then we smelt it into some glass, which I believe I should have a piece of glass right in here. There we go. And we can then make finders, which basically in this pack, they don't do anything other than a crafting recipe for a miner for the tier 1. And we can also make the nature's compass, which we will make because of the tech buck that we're gonna get as a reward. But these basically are 4 glass and a coal or a charcoal. And we can use 3 of these. One is the gem finder, one is the metal finder, and one is the mineral finder. So this one is the coal, this one is either tin or copper or a piece of dirt. And this one is a lapis, a log, or whatever these samples are, because we're not going to deal with this recipe in this pack, I believe. We're just going to use the logs for this. When we make this last furnace, we're going to make the jumbo furnace, which is going to be the 27 furnaces stacked on one another, like that. And we can place this somewhere, possibly on this side. I'm going to expand the platform a little bit. And there we go. Jumbo furnace. I believe it smelts more stuff at a time, and we do need fuel for this, and we can just use like sticks or something. And I don't think right now if we spread items, it's gonna smelt more than just 1 item at a time, because it needs some upgrades, I believe. Yeah, it's just gonna smelt 1 item at a time. And here by the pulverizer and the redstone furnace, we're gonna do a bit of automation. We're gonna turn auto input, auto output, and we're gonna output down the bottom and input from the top. And the same thing on this side. It is time to craft our first miner. Like that. It's going to be miner tier 1, and then we're going to turn 14 sand, 14 clay, and 14 gravel into 28 pieces of grout, because there is a way where we can generate more sand and more gravel and more clay. Basically, what you need is a 3x3 cube of the resource that you want to generate, and then you put on the miner and it slowly detects and starts working. So now this is going to passively generate gravel, sand, and clay. There you go, gravel. Once we craft this, I think this should be the chapter completed. Almost. Yeah, we need to make the basic flight anchor, which we currently can't do. You can buy this from the shop here for 20 tech bucks. And then you can also buy the basic flight ring, which can be used to fly if you have anchors around, which would be really cool. But we need a total of, what, I think 32 for the ring. So that would be 52 in total, which we currently don't have. And I don't want to spend it because we're going to need to buy some ores in a moment. And each of those cost 5 tech bucks. I made a bunch of grout and smelted it down into seared bricks, and we can now start crafting some stuff for a seared melter, like that. And we also need a casting basin and a casting table. Basin, table. And then we need a little bit of sand, which hopefully we have in here. And we can turn that into a couple of sets of sand casts. There we go. Now to assemble this, we basically put the heater down, we put the melter on top, we put the basin and the table on the side, and then the faucet goes here and here. So in the miner here, we basically can farm grout like we are. We can also do cobblestone or stone or all of the various types, I believe. We get a 5x5x5 area of the same type of stone, and it will farm it for us. And to get lapis, coal, copper, and tin, we basically have to do the same thing that we are doing with the grout. So we basically come in over here, and we go and we're gonna buy some coal, some lapis, some malachite, which is copper, and then also some cassiterite or teolite, which is tin. I'm gonna take this one because it doesn't look like iron. It really doesn't matter which one you do, but you need those four, and now I just need to set them up the same way as I did grout. That is the coal, so it's gonna start slowly producing coal. If I possibly place the miner after I place the coal down. There it goes. Okay, lapis. And here is copper and tin. It's time we get into some drawers just so we can easily store some stuff. And I'm just gonna craft the ones that I need for the quest because I think that's all that we're gonna need. So that's over here, 3 extra tech bucks. And we're basically gonna put this guy over here, and we're gonna put in some gravel, some sand, and some clay. This coal one produces 4 different types of coal, so we're gonna toss all of these in here. The lapis one only produces lapis, so we're gonna toss it in here and slowly complete the quests. And then I think we need a couple of more basic drawers because the copper and the tin ones produce basic resources as well, so just tin clusters and copper clusters. And we're gonna grab actually 3 of each, and we're gonna come over here and get it melting if we give this guy a little bit of fuel. 3 pieces melt into exactly 1 ingot in the seared heater, and we can then imprint the ingot into the cast from the blank sand cast, and we can then melt a copper ingot. And we can do the same thing with the tin. Like that. I want to make some extracting conveyor belts so we can automate the storage of all of the resources that we're producing. And for those, we need a bit of string, which is super easy to get. You just make a bunch of green wool and then you turn it directly into string. It's kind of like 4 leafy string turns into 2 string, I think would be the case. So for the extracting conveyor belt, we need some regular conveyor belts, which is 3 copper, 2 tin, and a lapis block. And then we need these strip curtains, and I'm gonna grab 1, 2, 5 of these, I believe, because we have 5 miners producing stuff. Yes. And we can then do this, and we can automatically extract everything from the miners directly into the drawers. I believe this is a pretty good wrapping up point for today's episode. So if you did enjoy the episode and you want to follow me here on this Tacopolis journey, please make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to get notified of when the new video will go live, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye bye.